Hey there guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how to put together a basic foraging bowl for your birds. Now this is something very easy to do. It is something you can modify in a great variety of ways. Even if you don't have skills to build complex toys, you can definitely put something like this together. And it can also be used not just for parrots, but for a wide variety of other animals as well. So if that's something you guys are interested in seeing, you want to make sure to stick around because that's going to be coming up right after this. Hey there guys, this is Jack over at High Red Bird, where I am tirelessly working to find new ways to make the keeping of exotic animals and pets more exciting, more affordable, and ultimately more enjoyable. Now, I have shown all kinds of different tutorials on putting together really involved toys for your parrots. I've shown some toys that are not quite as involved, and I've still had people reach out to me say they are complete beginners when it comes to putting together toys and enrichment opportunities for their parrot. So for today's video, I wanted to show you guys how to build a basic foraging bowl. This is going to be by far one of the easiest things that you can do to provide enrichment for your bird. It is a particularly great way to enrich birds because they are used to having to forage through tall grasses, looking for seeds, bits of fruit that have fallen, all sorts of things that you can replicate in a home environment pretty easily. So I certainly hope that you guys will take into consideration the ways that you can use and modify this for your bird, because this really does work for all sizes of birds. So I certainly hope that you guys enjoy this, and without further ado, let's jump into building this super easy toy. All right guys, this is one of the simplest toys you are ever going to build for your bird, and it's incredibly useful. All you need is a few basic materials, and you have options as far as those are concerned. First and foremost, we're going to need some sort of container. I like to use food bowls, especially if you have a cage that came with multiple feed bowls. You can use one of them just to set this up. You can get all sorts of other containers as well. I've done this with plastic trays. I've done this with stainless steel dog bowls. You just want to make sure that whatever container you are using is appropriate for the bird that you are giving it to. I could maybe use a lightweight plastic basket for something like a budgie. It wouldn't work that well for a macaw because they could break it into pieces and it could potentially be an ingestion hazard. So some kind of container, as long as it is safe for the bird that you are building this for. You're going to need some sort of cover material. Honestly, the easiest thing for most people to use is going to be shredded paper. You just want to make sure that you're using a bird-safe shredded paper. You don't want it to have any metallic bits, any glitter, anything like that. This is just a basic shredded paper. I am going to be using that to help cover whatever I am using. And then you're going to need some sort of food, something that your bird is going to search for and forage for. So here I have just a few pecan pieces, and I'm going to go ahead, put those in. Now what you can do, you can try to get most of them to the bottom so that your bird has to work for it, but you can also do a few of them on top. If your bird is brand new to this, they see something like this and think it is terrifying, it's very intimidating. One thing you can do, have some of those pieces a little bit more visible. Maybe you slide the paper to the side. You can also do some pieces just outside the bowl to give your bird something to look for, give them a visual cue that there is potentially something really good in this foraging container. But that is all there is to putting together a basic foraging bowl for your bird. So I did want to show you guys just how easy this comes together, how the birds interact with it, and ways that you can modify it. So here I have some budgies, a group of budgies that live in a walk-through aviary. Here I've actually put together the foraging bowls with some hay. I have things like goats, sheep, and camels, so I always have a little bit of extra hay that makes it really easy to put something like this together. Now what I did here, we've got some millet, some whole oats, and even a few sunflower seeds seeds that are going to be buried at the bottom of these bowls. I'm okay with putting a few very high-fat, high-calorie rewards at the bottom of these bowls because the birds are going to have to work a lot harder to get to them. Now, I did sprinkle some of the seed around the bowls just to get the birds' attention, and as you can see, it does not take very long at all before I have the birds' attention. The first few birds came over, they looked at the bowls, and they determined that that wasn't going to be a high enough reward for them. Now, if your bird does that, remember, that is okay. They are still interacting with that item. They are thinking about it. They went to explore it. They're getting visual stimulation. They are processing things. And as long as you keep at it, make sure that there is interest in it, you can quickly get to the point where your bird is absolutely excited about it. At this point, so many budgies were trying to get into one bowl. Not only was the hay a foraging medium for them, but they were also having to forage around each other. So I certainly hope that you guys take advantage of this. It's a super easy way to provide a ton of interaction for your birds. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the Hi Redbird YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. I do need to say a special thank you to my patrons on Patreon. By signing up to support this channel, they help me make more tutorials and videos showcasing animal care possible. If you'd like to find out more about subscribing to my Patreon, you can find the link in the description section down below. Thanks so much.